Okay, good evening. All right. All right. Lee, good evening to all. I used to have glasses, Lee. I think they've been stolen or repatriated or taken. Good evening. Thank you, sir. Ali Ann, thank you very much. Good evening, all. It's okay, Graham, your psychologist is on here. Good evening, everyone. As I said earlier, that the names just roll, so I'm Michelle, that I catch like 1 out of 20. Thanks, Lee. Be well. Teresa, hi. And yeah, I think so. Huh? Thanks. Willem. Hi, good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a pleasant evening and a pleasant night. Okay, so as we spoke this morning, and then thought we come on, or we try and come on twice a day. And thank you for all the messages I've got, and which is 99% quite good to read. The other insulting messages is okay, because suppose that is the cost of what we're trying to do. You know, if you can't take the good with the bad, then get out of this swimming pool. And I think what is the message going out tonight is obviously what I think is very encouraging is that a lot more people are going live and giving their opinion. Sandra, why should I be sick? And a lot, like I'm saying, a lot more people that are going out and giving out live messages and that, and a lot of good messages that are coming out. There's also a lot of messages from people, even from the UK. Tonight we've invited people from America and Israel and England, and we've got watch parties going on, and hopefully we can get the message out. Now, what I was saying is that it's good that in the last day or two that the church leaders have started to talk. There's now 3 of them have said, you know, and in Scotland, hi Deborah, is that I don't think 1 or 2 did this. We had to say this, didn't realize that they had to talk out. Now, that is quite, not even disturbing, that is quite strange. Because if you're leading the faith, you have to talk out. And they should be talking out. We get to the point of, obviously, the what was buzzing from Australia. Hello, Molly. So it is going right around the world. And thank you to Lee J, who contacted the people and said that we're going to... No, I've got sinus, Sandra. I live in the sinus capital of South Africa, so I've got a bit of sinus, nothing serious. And thank you, Sandra, spreading the news here in the UK. The tweet, obviously, that has made the day, which I don't run my own Twitter account, Lee J Hannah does from England, is the tweet of... I think so. Is that Malema tweeting with a rifle. Now, I don't even know if that short dick syndrome knows how to use a rifle, but if he wants to throw tweets like that and take the focus of all the criminal charges he's facing for theft, and the only way he can stay out of prison is to start a war, then congratulations to him. I don't think... In the talks that I've heard today, there's a lot of people coming online and some ministers and some people that are just ordinary folk like you and me, and giving their opinion, and I appreciate that. I really do. You know, I'm not just one of those people that think, okay, you must hog the stage. And there's a lot of people in South Africa and a lot of people around the world who talk, and I believe that, and I've always encouraged that the more people that talk, the more, or not the more better, but the better it will be for us as a nation. So Malema can carry on with his little pathetic tweets. He can do what he likes. But come the 16th, we must be, there's so many mixed opinions on it. And my opinion on the Senekal on the 6th of October when I was there is that it was organized to a degree. But after that, it wasn't organized. I'm not for violence, but obviously the farmers had been pushed to a point that they went into the courtroom and they did what they had to do. And now we're sitting with one of our brothers in jail on terrorism charges. So there's a fine line. And I'd like to say tonight that people have sent me messages, well, I go into politics and all that. No, not at all. I've got no interest whatsoever. But activism I will carry on till the day that I die. But we go to Senekal on the 16th, and I've given the people my assurance that I will be on the 16th, and I hope to meet Malema there because he was too much of a coward to meet me 2 weeks ago. And he'll have his troop of red ants with him. But without a leader, South Africa, we're going to be caught in the crossfire. We must realize that the farm murders is the catalyst for what is happening in our nation. The farm killers, or the killing of farmers, has touched the nation's heart. But there are also killing of our men and women and children in the suburbs, from the Cape Flats to all the areas around South Africa. And I think that what is important is that we realize that this is a fight. It may be an attack on the farmers, but it's an attack on the South African white people. And I can go further to say that it's been an attack on the South African coloured people. That the country is being held ransom by, I believe, a minority led by Julius Small Dick Malema. He's a coward. And he's a pariah. And for the people overseas, that means he's a traitor. Because him and not Nelson Mandela, he was a terrorist. Him and Jacob Zuma were in bed for a long time together when he was the leader of the Youth League. And then he had a falling out with Zuma, probably over money. And he said he will die an ANC member. Okay, now he's in the EFF because when he started his own party, obviously the money that he got from government or from parliament, and it gave him a lot of money. So he was making more money because he likes the European lifestyle. And when I talk about the European lifestyle, I don't know if I'm talking about the white lifestyle, because it's not that. Hi, Nicola. Thank you. Welcome aboard from Prague, Czechoslovakia. Natasha, thank you. Is that he likes the top of the range stuff, the top watches, the top suits, the living in Santon, the cigars, the Johnny Walker. He loves all that. And then he's got his illiterate people, and not all of them are illiterate, but most of them are. And it's not because their fault they're illiterate. They just didn't go to school. They're illiterate because look at Julius Malema. He's not really an example for scholarship, and nor am I, because I don't have that kind of education. Like, I know you got a degree, but I don't know. Hi, Cheryl from Woolworths. I don't know how he got that degree, but give it to him. He got the degree. Congratulations to him. Like, there's a lot of fake doctors. My girlfriend is a doctor, but she's not a fake doctor. She got her papers, but there's a lot of fake doctors around. They walk around with a stethoscope around their neck and they think they're surgeons. And my girlfriend will tell you that. She's met a lot of fake doctors in her life. So he wants to live. I think that Jacob Zuma and Malema planned this long time ago. I really do. And the Malema said, whoa, let me incite people, and they will stand by me because he'll promise them houses, and he'll say that the government haven't given him this, and the apartheid era didn't give him this, and land without expropriation, we'll get all that kind of stuff. What is he going to do with the land? Like I said the other night, is that if there's 40 million, let's just say there's 40 million black people, probably a bit more. You know, it's not an issue with the black people, not at all. Because the educated black people think that Malema's a dickhead, and I agree with him fully. And I'm not going to be held ransom by one short little shit with a small dick. And I'm not just talking about it. I was there in Senekal. A lot of people want to give evidence or give their opinion on Senekal, and they were saying, we should have done this and we should have done that, but I didn't see them there. If you weren't there, don't comment on what happened there. There were enough thousands of us who were there the day that the lion rose up. The day that the lion rose up. So, I'm calling on South Africa to find us a leader. I'm not available because I'm an activist. I'm a leader, but I'm not going to go lead people that we need. I can't think of one. I can't. And I'm putting principles before personalities here. John Steenhuisen from the DA, no ways. Cope Terralakota, 10 years ago, I would have said yes. Fine man. Piet Groenewald from the Freedom Front Plus, probably a good bet, but he's a politician. Civil leaders we don't have. We don't have the men that we're looking for who can strategize, because if we go to Senekal on the 16th without a plan, we must just lie on the road and get shot. We need a plan of action. We need someone to stand up, not for financial gain, but to stand up to lead this country out of 26 years of hell. The argument comes from them, our blacks are still in squatter camps. My argument back to them is that when the National Party led South Africa, there were sanctions against South Africa. There was a couple of money stolen in the information scandal by Eshel Rudy and Connie Mulder, etc. But Neil de Beer, no, Herman Mashaba, definitely not. Definitely not. I would never. Here's my opinion. We do not have a strong leader that can lead men, not as gung-ho people that's going to take it. Anyone can shoot, man. But you must be prepared to know in war, for us Otopis, like the black people who are illiterate, some of them, I'm saying, who call me a Otopia and this, but we know how to shoot, bro. And their vile comments. You're not going to be, no, Steve Hofmeyer must just stay on the stage and sing. But we can't as South Africans, and please listen to me, my friends, we can't as South Africans go into battle. I want Herman Mashaba Beverly for president, congratulations. He's the same man that said, my birthday party wouldn't be complete without my good friend Julius Malema here. You want that man to lead you? No, sir. No, ma'am. That's just my opinion. Now remember, this is only my opinion here. I'm sure you got your own opinions. And, you know, so, Lon, you're right. We don't have someone who has come through the ranks now and said, okay, I'm going to lead this country. Because without a leader, Jackie, you're not serious, are you? Morne Swat, please. When he walks around at a march and all he does is take a video. Come, let's be serious here. We've got a country at stake. Tuli Modern will never come and lead the people. Ace Magashule, yeah, then we can all get rich. Why not Herman Mashaba? I gave you the reason why not Herman Mashaba. I would never, ever. Donald Trump would be great. I'd never, ever stand at Herman Mashaba. Remember, I'm telling you now, this is my opinion. Herman Mashaba must go look after his son as a drug addict. Take him off the streets. That's what he must do. That's what he must do. I've spoken to his son. I've offered his son to come to my rehab. I can't, I've been like mulling the whole day. Chuck Norris would be a good leader, you know what I mean? But there is a leader out there. We will get a leader out there. The state, you're right, Clutchy. Yeah, I think Donald Trump is no matter what he's done, is that we all got a past, we all got skeletons in our cupboard. But Donald Trump, the most hated man in the world because he's the most powerful man in the world, has been berated by CNN and all the NBC News and all the news for like 3 years now. The man stayed, and they wanted to impeach him, and he stood strong. Okay, Elise, if you want to lead, you go, girl. We need to get the elections over. Which brings me to another thing. Months ago, no, Rudy, you can lead. Hey, what a fine man Rudy Erasmus is. Get to know him. What a fine man. Yeah, Constant Viljoen sadly has passed away, so we can't use him. Tudi Maronsela, she's very good friends with Julius Malema. Ja, Handra het 'n moeilike een. No, Belinda, I don't think that Donald Trump is going to lose that election. He's not a fool. We do need a woman leader, but we need a woman leader that knows the beat. And it would have been nice if we still had a woman like Helen Suzman around. Because she was strong. Die wit wolf. Eish. You are tripping me here tonight. This is only Coke. Imagine if it was brandy and Coke in the old days, 16 years ago. How about Musi Maimane? Are you somewhere on Niopi, my sister? Yeah. Big Daddy Liberty, no ways, man. So, excuse me for that, but the throat gets a bit dry. We had a lot of meetings today. So, I hope there is going to be a game plan coming up. Because if we gather, no, Felicity, I last drank 16 years ago. If I must drink now, I will go start my own war. Since I was 40. Thanks, Gene. Koptuk Zuma. She can't even lead herself to the toilet, the stupid fool. You know what I mean? Imagine undressing and then having to go to a bath. So it'll take about 3 hours. No wonder she uses so much taxpayers' money. Trevor Manuel, no, Trevor's past his best. Nice guy, good man. But him and Maria Ramos is time for the sunset. Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, you can't speak English properly. Debbie Els, now let's get serious. Huh? Nice person, they walk around and do what they think. Wynand Toy, hey, it's just hard. I've listened to Wynand Toy, he's offered to meet me. At this stage, my money, and probably I'm going to get shot down again, but I'm so used to it, I got bullet wounds all over my back, is Pieter Groenewald. Even though he's a politician, but he can't be a politician in this arena. Not at all. You know, he needs to bring calm. Kenny Africa, wasn't he the head of the traffic department? Tell me, have some of these people been smoking Niopi today? Or using cocaine? Because it is expensive. You know what I mean, Heidi? They're bringing up names here. You know, you might as well ask Julius Malema to lead us. Okay, so I want to get back to Helen Ziller. Yeah. Now, Helen and I have had our runnings in the past, but that's what politics is about. William Petzer speaks beautifully, does well, but still too young. Lovely guy. Met him the other day, a nice young man. but still too young, doesn't know the beat of the world yet. Still needs a bit of Patrick Lacotta, yeah, definitely. Isaac van Zyl, I haven't met him, but I've heard him talk. Somebody like Margaret Thatcher. Oh, wow, wouldn't that be a... Kurt Schüller, okay, hold it. Okay, Kurt Schüller for leader, I would go with that one. Steve Hoffman, you have to be a leader for all the people. Man. This is not, this may be that people are perceiving that it's war against white and black. It's not. It's war against people that are Marxist terrorists. Remember in the apartheid era how many people were white? Like Joe Slovo, like Ruth First, like Ronnie Casrills. They were white, but they fought against the apartheid system. William Petsy is a nice young man, but he's too young. He doesn't know the beat yet. He doesn't know the beat. Gerry Nel, oh jeez, don't get me started on that. Gerry Nel, the man who's prosecuting everyone, but no one's been prosecuted yet. I don't know, there's a lot of Neopi going around here today. Gerry Nel should be doing a high court application to get Andre Pina out of the Senegal cells.
Desmond Tutu.
Sadly, Desmond Tutu has got Alzheimer's, and it's very horrible because I know my mother has got it. William Booth, our ex-attorney. No, man, what are these people smoking here? I don't know, they're joking. Alan Busak, he was a good leader, but then, you know, whatever. Okay, Rassie Erasmus, no ways. Rassie Erasmus. He's like so stoned, man, you know what I mean? Roland de Vries. Why didn't you ask for Casper de Vries? You know what I mean? Hey, Christian is available. They haven't been to prison, so I'm not a politician. Steve Sagat, okay. Leon Schuster. Yes, you have to be colorblind. Now, like I said, you know, I posted today, we got another black man who's a drug addict who's come onto our farm to do his recovery. Now, he's not the first black man, he's not the second, he's not the 10th, he's maybe the 30th. You can't see color in this, man. You have to see communist, Marxist apes who want to take over everything. Against the rest. We have got the colored, the white, and the Indian, and the educated black on our side. We can't discriminate. You can't lead a country that is multi-diversified and want to hate one sector of that public. You can't do it. It's even though we're from the Christian faith, or most of us, whoever's from the Christian faith, I get told the other day when I told that Free State guy, hey, how unchristian for you to swear in that. I don't know if Jesus swore, man. But I've been to Israel where Jesus walked and turned the tables over. I've been there 3 times to make sure that I was in the right place. And Jesus wasn't a wussy, man. He's our ultimate leader. Yeah, Michelle, they are, eh? Leon Schuster. Hello, Zoe, my friend from England. Yeah, David, no, we got my girlfriend, like I said, is a doctor, so she knows what's good for me. You know what I mean? Malema is the solution, guys. Who said that? Okay, Lorato, if he is the solution, I ask you one question. What has he done for the black man since he's had the EFF? Name me one thing. Besides steal from the VBS, besides own the taxman 16 million, besides spewing out racial hatred, besides saying kill the farmer, kill the boer, what has he done for the black man? I'm telling you now, Lorato, my friend, I have built more houses and bought more houses for black people than he has. I've helped more people of color, of black, than he has. So don't, please, Loratiman, don't spoil this evening, man. I would definitely. Hi from Panama City. Hi, Grant. Kabila. Yeah, Cheryl, I think he's smoking some good Neopia. Mike Boles, I don't know him. I've only read about him, but I don't know if he knows much about politics or he knows much about Bucky's Boerta. Isn't he dead? General Cronier, supporting from the United Kingdom. Thank you, Michael. Sorry, I'm just a bit slow here. Okay, so I wanted to tell you a story quickly. Hi, Matteo Landi. Okay, Matteo says Malema Samasa. This is an adult show, but please don't swear. But you're allowed to. Hello from Myanmar. Wow. Look what happened there. The atrocities what happened there with the woman who gets the Nobel Peace Prize and then turns on our own people. And that's what they're going to do to Malema. Malema will be shot dead by one of his own. Guaranteed. From the people that I know who are in the know. And I've got a lot of friends in the African National Congress and a lot of friends in the DA and friends in the Freedom Front and friends in COPE that we trust each other with information. But here comes a time now that we have to keep Nathaniel. He can dress up like Vet Cook. Oh, sorry, it's not Bucky's bird, there's someone else. Very complicated that, David. It is in Myanmar. She just appeared in front of the United Nations. And, okay, what is that, Veronica? Anthony, you're the only one after watching your cynical. Hey, they only gave me 3 minutes, but it's okay. Hi, Tony from the UK. I'm trying to keep up here, but die mense snaakse man, dit is echt. Yeah, we're playing at war. It's good to have a joke in between, and it's good to have a joke. I love. Thanks, Cheryl. We need a good joke. We need sometimes just to lighten, so maybe our brains can get. Graham, what do you think about Cheryl Parker to lead the country?
Great idea.
Great idea. Okay, Cheryl, you've got Graham's vote. Hi, Jamie Lee. Colleen. So I went to. Why not? No, man. We'll see, my brother. I went to the World Cup. I was very fortunate to go to the World Cup. And the hype around the World Cup, and I better get his name right, but I couldn't care what his name is, Khaleesi or Khaliswa. I'm not interested, you know what I mean? Because I don't know him and he doesn't know me. I don't owe him nothing, he doesn't owe me nothing. And I went to the World Cup in Japan, and I watched South Africa play against Italy, and then I went to go, which was quite boring, and then I went into Tokyo, and I went to go watch England play against Argentina, which was amazing. And then afterwards, I couldn't get into the stadium because it was too packed for the England Argentina game. But the vibe outside, you didn't need to get into the stadium. And I came out and I went on a party with five of the England players after the game. And obviously I don't drink, but they drank and they had a good time. And when it was, hi from the Cyprus Greek island, good day, Anushka. From Cyprus. Good day. And I had a ball of a time with them. When it was my round, I bought them the drinks and they were getting pissed and whatever happened there. You know what they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, what happens in Tokyo stays in Tokyo. And a lot of people asked me, obviously knew I was South African, and they said, you obviously think the Springboks are going to win the World Cup? So I said, well, I don't know because I'm not supporting them. They said, what? You come from South Africa and you don't support them? I said, no, I don't support quotas. Now, they won the World Cup, but they came back to South Africa, and here was Khaleesi carrying the World Cup, and everyone thought this was the greatest thing since sliced bread. There were white colours, blacks all over the streets. There were women throwing their panties and their bras. One would think it was What was that band's name with Mick Jagger? The Rolling Stones were performing on the back of a bus. And then him, to keep his job as Springbok captain, talks out about how underprivileged he was. Now listen, you little fuck Springbok captain. You weren't underprivileged, you went to private schools, man. You were paid a lot of money from a young age. You went to private school in primary school. You went to private school in high school. You were noticed because you could play a bit of rugby. But you're not the best rugby player on this planet. And the only reason you became captain is because you're black. You know that, don't you? That's fact. Show me how much experience you had. Yes, you may have led the people to winning the World Cup. But let's be honest now. When a captain is a captain of an international side, there's about 4 or 5 other captains there. And if you didn't have Rassie Erasmus, you wouldn't have won the World Cup. So we come back to South Africa, and what happens? There's people, Natasha, here now from all around the world listening to us. Lee J pulled off a miracle today. My friends were contacted, and it's going now all around the world to show that there's a white genocide in South Africa. Whites are under attack. Whites are being killed. Whites are being hung to poles, people around South Africa, around the world. That is what is happening in South Africa. And the mainstream media of the BBC, Sky News, CNN, NBC, ITV, BBC are not reporting the true facts. Just like our country doesn't report the true facts. Just like the SABC and ENCA turned the whole thing of Senekal around. Instead of being there, that a young man got a rope around his bloody neck and got killed by these thugs. They changed it around to say, no, the Buddha were aggressive and they went into the courtroom and they fired shots. No, they did not fire shots. The bang, scared policemen fired shots into the roof. Not the Buddha. And for another thing, you can go tell those slimeball, communist, Marxist thugs is that there were not only Buddha at that march. I'm an English-speaking South African who addressed the march. There were other English-speaking people there. There were not only Buddha there. There were black people there supporting South Africa. There were colored people there supporting South Africa. There were even 3 Indian people. Okay, they didn't open up a shop, but there were 3 Indian people there. There were men with their wives and their children in tears if you watch the video that I spoke to. My friend Rudy Erasmus was the man instrumental. He hasn't been given the credit where the credit is due. He was instrumental in getting that man from the DA, the doctor from the DA, off that podium, because he came there to get votes off the blood of a young white man. How disgraceful. So we come back to South Africa, my friends overseas, and the hatred, that's true, Charles, the hatred of the white man was then perpetrated when people, saying you can go and get fucked. Sorry, let me just delete this little arsehole because he's irritating me. Because he's a black man with nothing between his ears but violence. And we're tired of that. We're tired of for 26 years, my friends around the world, that we have been held hostage. We can't even use the shampoo if we want to use the shampoo. Anything that is not black. According to Malema, there's Malema blacks and there's South African blacks. So then we come back to South Africa and the people get told, thank you, my friend. The people in the Greek island of Cyprus are standing by us. And that's what you call networking. That's why you're calling when I know there's people on you now that I haven't answered their SMSs or their WhatsApps first. But I will get to you. I promise you I'll get to you. But it's a whole day thing. But I will get to you. I will answer each and every one of them. There are thousands hanging around. So we get back to South Africa. We do the tour of unity. The white people, the colored people, the black people, the Indian people start going absolutely, absolutely mad. We've reached the Rubicon in South Africa. Our country's healed. And then comes Malema and says, no, he puts pressure on the South African Rugby Union that no more can a white team, or not a white team, a Springbok team, excuse me, have more than 2 or 3 or 4 white people. So what do they say? The rugby board says, okay, all administrations black. Cricket board, all administrations black. What does that do tell our young white men? What does it tell our young colored people? What does it tell our young Indian people? Because the coloreds were classified as black, and then not classified as black, then they were too black, then they were too white, so they've always been the people in the middle who were caught up. They're also tired of it. My chef in my business has been waiting for a house for 26 years. Because he's colored. So then we come back and we start now playing for the colors are on our side, my friends. I'm telling you now, I lived in the Cape Flats for a long time. People just want a normal, steady household and a normal, steady society that we can all live in harmony. Obviously, we're going to have differences, man. Obviously, we're going to have differences. Shalom, Musli. It is the Sabbath today. Oh, it's almost finished now. Yeah, the sun is down. The colored people have been trampled upon in this country. During apartheid, they were there and thereabout. And then they came to the new dispensation and they were promised everything. And I'm afraid to say some of their own leaders turned on them. Patricia de Lille fought the ANC, and where's she now? In their government, making a lot of money. Lot of money. So a politician goes where the money is. And the rich black men and women are living off the stolen money and the honey. That's what they're doing. And where are the poor people? They're suffering. Lungu, who sent that boer to kill Chris Hani? Is Malema again face the facts? No, Lungu. I think you must ask closer to the ANC. Because Chris Hani was tipped to become president of South Africa. Do you know that? Are you too young to know that or too illiterate to know that? Malema wasn't even born yet. Get your history right, man. Stop using Google for porn and all that shit. Chris Hani was assassinated and they won't release his killer even though he's done 27 years in prison. Why not? Because he killed Chris Hani. So that just proves justice for all is a misnomer in this country. There is no justice for all. Because when he was killed in Boksburg, Chris Hani, who was the first person on the scene? Who was the hero on the scene and where is he today? If you know history so well, Lungu. When he was wrapped in the blanket outside his house in Boksburg after he went to go buy the newspaper. I know his wife very well. I know Chris Hani's wife very well. Get facts, then come talk to me, my bro. But God bless you, Lungu. I'm not your enemy, my bro. Maybe I can just educate you a bit. And I'm not saying you're stupid. If you want to know about history, don't take history what you think you hear from Malema. Take history what actually happened. You weren't there the day of Boksburg at 8:20 in the morning when Chris Hani walked to the local shop to get a newspaper and he was plugged to death by Janus Valles, were you, sir? And you know the facts about that. Ashley, my bro. Sorry, I'm just going through. Yeah, so please don't come in here. We will debate with anyone, my brother. I'm not your enemy, Lungu. I don't even think Lungu's sitting on Google because he hasn't got much airtime left. We will help you, my brother. We will show you the truth. We are not your enemy. The white people in South Africa are not your enemy. Your enemy is Julius Malema. Your enemy, because I'm telling you now, when Julius has had enough, gone to prison, the EFF will fall apart. Because look in the last 6 months, how many leaders of the EFF have left. That's quite right. Quite right, Eugene, you know history. Tokyo Sequali was there. Because Tokyo Sequali, that was his claim to fame. Then he married a white woman. Then they got divorced. And then he went to court. Okay, long story, it's his personal life. Tulani, I can agree with you about Chris Hani's death. Yes, I think he was definitely taken out by members in the African National Congress. I don't know why, and I don't think Janus Vallis knows that. I think the member of parliament who's today dead went to jail, went to the grave with that secret. Because everything added up. Chris Hani was a very well-liked man. He was a communist, terrorist, but a very well-liked man. At least that's quite right. Malema prowls on the uneducated poor because he promises them things. Today you're going to get a house, AD, and then tomorrow you're going to get a fridge, and then you're going to get a microwave, and the Boer has done this, and the Afrikaner has done this, and the white has done this, and the Englishman has done this, and they only know how to respond with violence. When Malema tweets me, he tweets with violence. I don't use Twitter, like I said. He takes my stuff, or he gets his people who got a bit of airtime to take my stuff. And he responds with violence all the time. And one day someone's going to put a bullet in his back. And it ain't going to be a white man. Guaranteed. Because when you speak to people on the ground, they can't stand Malema. Of any color. Yeah, Damon, that's another thing. I'm sorry, man. There's over 2,000 friend requests and it's full. But I do delete and then add. I will do it, my brother. Definitely. Okay, yeah, Ina Bottas is a colonel. And this is beautiful about this forum because we're not here to outsmart anyone. We're here to help each other. I get help. I learn a lot from a lot of people here. And Ina Bottas was a colonel in the police. I've met her. And she's retired today. Lovely woman. She worked with Chris Hani's body because she worked in the mortuary from beginning to end. That's state. Yeah, if Julius Malema is okay, let's beside he's got a small dick. And that I've got on good information, and I mean that, is that he should cut his hair sometime as well. I don't know what's happening there. And if he's got AIDS or not, that's what the people say. I didn't say it. We need to get rid of this man. He should have been in prison a long time ago. He should have been in prison for hate speech. He should have been in prison for incitement to violence. But I think he's going to go to prison for the VBS Bank, unless there is a corrupt judge on the bench, which, who knows. Please don't use the F word and God in the same sentence. Why? Why, Diana? God hears me what I say. You didn't hear earlier what I said when I went to Israel.
I think so.
God hears me whether I use the F word here, or I use it on my farm,
Anywhere else.
or I use it in the road. Let's not be scan heilige nitpick over crap. Remember, me, Anthony Hall, has to answer to God like you have to. So don't worry about my answers, my dear. God bless you, but don't worry about my answers. Because I'd rather be a straight-out man and call it exactly like it is than be a skynheilige little wanker who walks around this country and deceives the people. And preachers that preach the word and then come out and smoke and drink. What do you want? You want a false man? I'm sorry. The white people kill our brothers. We didn't forget that. Now, Lunga, when? Are you talking about the apartheid era? Do you know how many were killed? Do you know how many were killed, Lungu? Less than what's killed in a year in the New South Africa. Go read history, my brother. Don't read Tom and Jerry. It's not going to get you anywhere. Or Malema and Floyd Shivambu. Because your mind's been infiltrated that the white people. Did you know, Lungu, when I was in the police in the murder and robbery squad, that there were white policemen, black policemen, Indian policemen? So could you tell me the white people only killed them? Please, my brother, man. Please, Lungu, man. Get a life, man. Go read history, my brother. The white people, I was not sitting in parliament. I was a policeman on the ground. So if we have to have, I don't know if you can remember history, let me just tell you a bit here, my brother Lungu, is that 6 million Jews were killed by the Germans. Do you want the Jews to go take revenge? Do you want the Jews to go take revenge? Did you know 6 million Jews were killed by Hitler? What did the Jews do? They went and they built up a country called Israel. 1948. Israel came into being. Now, if you save your money up, go to Israel. You'd never think it's in the desert. It's the most beautiful country I've ever visited in the world. You see what the Jews have done. They said, stuff you all. We're going to make this work. We're going to make this work. And what does Israel do? They made it work. What did you people do? Not you, Lungu, because I don't think you even know how to light a match. What did you people do? You burnt every historical monument, you burnt the schools, you burnt the clinics, you burnt the municipalities, you killed your own brothers and sisters. You went in and tried to kill the Boers, or not tried, you did kill the Boers. You went into the houses, killed the women, violated them, etc. Come on, my brother, read history, man. Don't live in your fantasy box, man. Because I can guarantee you, I was drinking in the shebeens before you were born. We're not here to play games anymore, man. We're here to call it like exactly what it is, because the problem is we had a National Party government that played games, and then we got Messiah Mandela, the terrorist, who played games and went around and greeted everyone around the world and said they're all such beautiful people. And then we got Thabo Mbeki, who denied AIDS existed. And then we got Kami Mkhlanti for a year and a half, which I thought was a very good president. I met him. In the Doorns, was a very good president. And then we got Jacob Zuma. Now, the difference between Jacob Zuma and the other thugs in government is Jacob Zuma stole openly. The time for political correctness, that was what has killed this country. You got BLF, and you got BLM, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Land First, all those Andili who took money from white people to try and start an organization and couldn't start it. Sends out a message the other day that we must all be killed. What do you think when we get messages to say that we must be killed? How do you think we feel in our homes? Or must we just like give up and say, okay, if you're black and you belong to Malema and you believe he's fucking shit that comes out of it, spews out of his mouth, we must just sit back and watch? I smoke more than your people. Because you people haven't realized yet, you thugs with Malema, that the white man has suddenly risen. The white man has suddenly risen. You don't know the white man like this. You don't know what happened in Senekal. You weren't there, my brother. You don't know. And that was just let's say a starter, if you want to cause your cuck further. If you want to touch our women. If you want to murder our men. If you want to murder our children. It's not on, my bro. It's not on that we're going to live in fear. We're going to live in fear, High Grant, of you. Maybe some of us will lose our lives in the process. Huh? But you must remember something, my brother, and all Malema supporters, when you listen to this. Most of us are in our 50s, our late 50s. We're not scared. We know where we're going to. I don't think we're going alone. We may be going alone to the place we're going to with you thugs, but we're not going alone. We will fight till the death. And I mean that because I've been in a war. Have you? And then we got that's it, Rudy, my buddy. Great man. Yeah, ST, you're quite right. Why does Malema, who hates the whites so much, take his kids to a white private school?
Smart.
Huh? The state, huh?
State must all.
And so, for people... Sorry, just hang on a second. 600. So people who want to ask questions is that we know that a lot of things are coming to an end, and one of the most despicable things. So I'm not upset with the blacks, and I know you say you say sorry on behalf of the blacks. No, it's not. This is Revelations playing out. Not at all. I love black people. A man lived with me for 16 years, and I gave him everything he needed and everything he wanted. There's not a racial bone in my body, man. But I got no time for thugs. I'm not scared of Malema. I've been saying this for a long time to Malema. I've even said it to him in Parliament. But when he's alone, he's a coward. He's a short little coward who can spew hatred against the white man. And he'll try everything. It is, Rudy. Revelations are playing out so carefully, but that's why the preachers, I've seen now 2 or 3 preachers have come on board and starting to say that enough is enough is enough is enough. And one came on today, besides Angus Buchan, one came on today, and I thought to myself, that's good that you listened. But don't make one video and then disappear, man. Where have you been? Where have you been all this time? And that's also in the Word of God, where He will say to these false prophets who wanted money, the love of money, the absolute love of money. Yeah, Rudy, thank you. I did call him out in that public statement. They must give us more time to talk, man. Don't give us 3 minutes when we've been burning for 26 years, man. It's like going to a whorehouse and expecting a half-an-hour treatment, but you only get 3 minutes. Hey, Tank. Hey, Eddie.
Yes, sir. Same thing.
No, Yvette, I'm not angry. I get to a point where people ask stupid questions, and that's just my nature. I can get angry and cool down in seconds. Huh? But when I want to make a point, that is my nature of who I am. I will tell it straight out like it is, because I fear no man but God. No man. I never have and never will. I've never been that type of man, and that you can ask people who know me from when I was 20 years old. I saw enough when I was 23 when I was a murder and robbery detective.
You survived 56 years fearing no man.
That's it. And then we get to what I wanted to get to just now. Okay, so we've handled the Springbok captain, who only wore the Springbok blazer as captain because his color of his skin is black. Not because He is the top number 6 in South Africa. That's like saying I should go and open the batting for Australia. I'm too old for that. Won't be able to do that. So everything is now black. So I feel sorry. You know, Chester Williams was a very good friend of mine. I knew him well. My girlfriend knows his wife very, very well. They're very good friends. And one night I'm going to ask her with her permission if I can tell you exactly what happened after Chester Williams died. It will shock this nation. It will shock this nation. And I will tell you how Francois Pienaar used to. The one who took the knee, Francois Pienaar, the one who rode off Mandela's back holding the cup, because he also wasn't the best number 6. We know that. Ask any rugby player, they'll tell you that. I'll tell you the way he treated Chester Williams. I will get her permission one day, and I will come live on here and tell you about our sportsmen, how they treat each other. And then they go take the knee. How they go take the knee like A.B. de Villiers. Made his money from us supporters, who made him into a superstar, and then go and take the knee. Graham Smith, go and take the knee. Weak Farayas. I don't see them taking the knee for the men and women killed in this nation. I don't see them taking the knee for the people that have no food, for the people that have no houses. Turned on the people that put him exactly where he was, on a pedestal. Cheryl, I'm going to get my girlfriend's he's probably best friends with Chester's wife, late Chester's wife, and I will get it and I will come and share it here. Of the way he was treated. And the same bastard goes to take the knee, because they know if they don't take the knee, that was lovely. If they don't take the knee, they're not going to be represented or get a representation in the Springbok teams. Where does that leave our youth? Young boys of 13, 14 who dream of playing for South Africa. Where does it leave them? It's all about the money. It's all about the money. Yeah, I read Herschel's book. Thanks, Rashid. Sharon, that's right. Don't take the knee, lose the money. And that's where our problem lies in this country. And that's where our problem lies within the church. Because they are so scared to talk and preach the truth that they'll rather preach a prosperity gospel, and they will preach what tickles people's ears. I don't even listen to preachers in this country. We got 1 or 2, 3 good pastors at our place who are true, honest people. I don't have to hide the cigarettes away and go run around the corner and go have a cigarette when they're sitting with me. I smoke in front of them, because am I impressing them or God? Do I have to answer to them one day or to God? Thank you, Michelle. I'll tell her. Thank you. Okay, there seems to be a mini debate going on here about alcoholism. Okay, let's talk about alcoholism. And has anyone seen the new Google logo? What does it look like?
I think there's books.
Okay.
I'll check now.
True, Rudy. Hey, maar check, Rudy go mal at that thing in Senekal, man, bro. He's a eister. It's tight. Rudy's a Anna Oma, bro. He just went in there and took over that whole move, that whole crowd, everything. And said, okay, now's the time to take that little DA knucklehead off the stage. Because I think if that oak stayed on the stage a minute longer, Rudy would have taken him out. No, Rudy was tripping, my bro.
didn't answer. No one could give him. They couldn't give
No one could answer him. And I tell you, if you know how big Rudy is, you're not going to answer him. You know what I mean? Because if you answer him, you're going to get hurt, eh?
I script when I saw Rudy.
Yeah, no, it was the other man, and you know, Graham was saying, hey, what a man, and Lee Jason was there, and Carly's still with his mother, looking after her. We wish her well, and God bless her. And all these people, like when the BLM, you're quite right there, my sister, when the BLM were out on their flow, were burning Bibles. That's another thing I heard. I heard that the farmers are going to totally boycott the retail stores. It's obviously a good and a bad thing, but let's just hope that the men and women and the elderly who have to go out to the farms to buy it will be safe. I'm fully in agreement with it. I'm fully in agreement with it. If you don't want to hear, you must feel. Now, honestly, guys, Rudy Erasmus played a massive part in that march in Senekal. And I say that without fear or favor. He took those people on. He showed balls, man. He showed strength, man. He gave a man courage, and I was standing right next to him. After my speech, I stood right next to him. And he gave it to them straight out. So we will see what is going to happen from now onwards. I think people to understand, and friends here to understand all around the world, there's a genocide on the white South African. And I ask you with humble tears in my eyes, in my beautiful blue eyes, is please, my friends, spread this around the world to the people. You're not going to see it in the mainstream media. Spread it around that the white South African, and we're innocent of crime, are being slaughtered. The last one was the second last one was a 21-year-old, a 23-year-old young man, brutalized to death and hung on a pole. Please, my South African friends, if you've got friends overseas, and please, my new friends who are watching here from all parts of the world, please spread it as far and wide as you can. Whether it's on social media, or if you've got contacts in the media, the white man is under tremendous pressure. At the moment, I would say that we're struggling between going to war or not. We are doing nothing to these people. We are doing nothing to Malema and his thugs. We've been waiting patiently, hoping it will subside. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you, Natasha. We need the help of the world now. We need the help of the world before, thank you, Suzanne, a lot of people get killed. Please, my friends. A lot of us have got elderly parents. A lot of us have got young children. And we need the help. Because we can't just watch this anymore. What happened in Senekal will look like a baby's picnic compared to what is going to happen. We pray for the family of Andre Pina, the farmer who's arrested on terrorism charges, which is insanity. Thank you, Nadine. I'll thank you all afterwards from all around the world. You see, South Africa, how you get support is you tell them the exact truth. That's how we get support from people around the world. And they will support us if they know the truth. And we're giving them the unadulterated truth of what is happening in our nation and what is happening to the white people of South Africa. Our crime that we are accused of at the moment is that we have a white skin. Nothing else. And that we can challenge anyone to. We can't get jobs. Our people can't get jobs. BEE has stripped white people of their dignity. White people are struggling to put food on the table for their wives and their children. White people are struggling to pay the bond and the rent. And the COVID has further destroyed the white and coloured and Indian, South African and the black people that are not supporters of Malema. We have been tiptoeing for 26 years around trying to answer what people did in the apartheid era. We've been told to give our land back. We've been told to give land back with no compensation. Generations of farmers have been told, we're taking your land. What are they going to do with the land if they don't know how to farm? Please, my friends around the world, we've only got a couple of days before the 16th. We trust God. We believe in God. And we know God will supply all our needs according to His riches and glory. But at the same time, I don't serve a God who says, sit on your backside and I'll do for you everything on your own. We are being stripped from top down and from down top. Municipalities are stripping us. The water prices are going up. The electricity prices are going up. That goes up with the food prices. South Africans of all colours are angry. I just thank you for the people around the world for helping us. Because we've got children. And our children don't deserve this. And I think the 16th, whichever way it goes, you know, if you watch our TVs, friends from overseas, you very rarely see a white face on it. The hatred spewed by certain black people is fine, they're allowed to do it. But if a white person does it, they'll be arrested immediately, and the media will be there. We are being demonized. We are the forgotten, hated race. And exactly, and this might sound a bit stupid, exactly what happened to the Jews is busy happening to the South African white people. It's genocide. God bless you all. And thank you for listening to me, a man that is nothing special, but I've always spoken out my whole life. It's won me a lot of friends, but given me a lot of enemies. I don't care. The main thing is that I'm sober today, 16 years sober. I look after my mother, and I'm trying to look after the friends of South Africa. So that one day, my daughters can turn around and say their dad did something. We are proud of their dad. If I fail in this task, I can say thank you, but I tried at my own expense. If we achieve something, I can say thank God for being with me. We don't deserve this. I mean, we don't deserve this, what is happening to our friends of this country. This is our nation. This is everyone's nation. But we cannot continue to apologize for what was done pre-1994. How long do we live on eggshells? How long do our white people get denied any right to work? How long do our people have to live under a system called BEE? But the only BEE that is happening is in government, who are enriching themselves by millions daily. The 500 billion that was given from overseas. And I call on you now, and I'm going to call on this, and I'm going to make this a platform that I'm going to work on very heavily, is for sanctions of finances into our country until our country comes right. Like they did in the apartheid era. I'm going to call on countries and write letters to ambassadors and call on countries to institute sanctions immediately. Because the money that is given to us, or the money that is given to South Africans is only being stolen by the government. We're not seeing any fruits, and nor are the white or the black and the colored and the Indian people are seeing none of those fruits. It's going straight into the hands of the corrupt blacks. So God bless you and God keep you, and we will speak, God willing, tomorrow. Look after your families, and let's look after one another. Let's know our neighbors' names. Let's know their telephone numbers. And thank you very much for being part of my friendship. Until we meet again. Let's trust God and ask God. And let's do what God instructs us to do. The 16th will decide whether we're at war or not. God bless you all.